So I've got fat again, but for good reason. Had a couple goals I had to reach. I didn't have to reach, I really wanted to reach. So one of those goals, I wanted to get back up to benching 400 pounds. And I actually surpassed that by quite a bit. And just this last week, this mirror's like way too low. Just this last week, I actually got a new PR on my flat bench of 420 pounds. Which for being 48 years old, that ain't too shabby. And then the other, I'm trying to get this seated. I think that'll work. The other goal I wanted to get, which I don't think I'll get, you can't reach all your goals, but as long as you try, is I wanted to get 19-inch arms. And I've gotten pretty close. We'll do some measurements here in just a second. Get some measurements. This is my before. I'm going to start cutting again here pretty soon. So I wanted to get an actual before instead of like I forgot last time. My bad. I just got the after, but that could be funny like that. Anyway, so we'll get some measurements before I start cutting. Yeah, so I'm up to, I think you can see that. Let's see. Why are you so tight on my head? Okay, so let's see. I think that'll be good. So close to 18 3/4 on my arms. Pretty dang close, but 19 I think is going to be out of the question. I've been doing this for quite a while now, and it's pretty much as big as I'll get. Let's check the chest. This one really sucks because it's not very easy to get this stupid thing around by yourself. A little awkward, I say, but with the chest I don't like, because you're actually measuring not just your chest but your lats and the size of your back, all that good stuff. Ooh, right around the nipple. Oh, excuse me. If I actually had friends, then I could get someone to help me with this, but you know, who needs friends? Assholes. Okay, let's see. It's a little twisted, just like me. All right, let's see. Let's see, roughly 50 inches. Can you, there. Roughly 50 inches around the chest. Might be more or less. Doing this myself, remember? As you can see how fat I've gotten. But, I've actually got quite strong too, so benching 420. The waist, this is going to be the big one. This is where I'm going to lose the most weight. Because as you can see, I got some big old love handles. Beer belly, but I don't drink. So let's see where that stands. Oh man, look at that. Fatty. Big old fatty fat. See, that's 43.5. Holy moly. Okay. Wow. And I'm the heaviest. I haven't weighed myself in a little while, but heaviest I've ever been. So I'm roughly, at least the last time I checked, oh man, look at that nose hair. Last time I checked, I was around 245, which is the heaviest I've ever been. But like I said, I reached one goal. Now I'm up to over 400 in my bench press, and my arms are pretty respectable. But I think it's time to cut again. So I am on SARMs, the selective androgen receptor modulators, which aren't quite as effective as regular anabolics, but they have very few side effects. And I have had my blood checked as I've been going through a cycle, and no ill effects on liver or kidney or testosterone or any of that good stuff. So the small doses I'm taking, it just helps me get over the plateau I was on. They're not going to make you super huge. They're not going to make you have crazy endurance or anything. They're just there to push you to the next level. And then you go off them with no side effects and good to go. So, yeah. But we'll see. It's going to be a long cut. I'm not trying to do this super fast. Might be 2-3 months. But I'd like to retain most of the, not the size, most of the strength I have right now. I'm going to lose some size, obviously. But I'd like to retain as much strength as possible as I'm cutting. So we'll see how that goes. You'll see from me in maybe 2-3 months. Biggest and strongest I've ever been. And I'm 48, like I said, so I think this is probably going to be the last time. We'll see. Alright, see ya. Hey, so I did this on the first video I made. The first time I did a whole cut. I showed you what I've been eating. So the last 2 weeks I've been down to about 1,000 calories a day. And this is what that looks like. So in the morning I've got my 2 eggs, followed by 5 to 6 slices of smoked turkey breast. Then I move on to the sugar-free Greek yogurt, about a ½ cup. And for lunch, I'm eating 1 can of tuna with some mustard. And then dinner is followed by skinless chicken thighs, just 2. And that is it. That is my meal for the whole day. And that's been for the last 2 weeks. And tomorrow is it. I'm done. I've met my goal. And you'll see some results. Sorry about the bad lighting. This is all I've got. You just get to deal with it. Ready for the big reveal? I have done my cut. It's been about 2.5 months. I am starving. Yeah. So check this out. Let's try this other room because it might be better lighting in here. Get this all set up. Don't mind me. No professional work here. This is all amateur. How's that? Okay, just remember the first part of the video when you see this. Well, let's do a little posing first. Let's see. Ready? There you go. Aha! All right, I think I'm ready to get some more measurements. So this is the after of my cut. It has been around 2.5 months. As you can see, there's a little bit of a difference. Let's see how much I have shrunk. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the arms. Let's see what we're dealing with. So now I was at 18 3/4, and now I am barely at 17 inches. So that's quite a drop. You could tell why right there. Now let's do the fun one. One that always gives me a problem. Around the chest. So I was at 50 inches roughly. Let's get this thing out of the way. Okay, so we went from 50. Now, we're more like, hold on. I can't keep both tied at the same time. So I can't keep both tied at the same time. There. 47. So I've lost 3 inches there. And now for the biggin. The big loss. I was at 43 inches around the waist. I think I've got this on upside down, right side up. So now, let's go right across the belly button there. From 43 down to 36. 36 inches. So that's 7 inches off the waist. That is freaking ridiculous. But 36, that's a hell of a drop. I think I'm looking all right. So when I started this cut, I was at 245. And now, if you saw the scale this morning, I'm down to a whopping 199. So that's a solid 45-pound weight loss. That's the biggest I've done, but it's also the biggest I've ever gotten. So that concludes my video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been fun. Most of it, except for the last 2 weeks. All right. See y'all around.